On February 8th, 2026, Zeta recently got some major changes in the latest patch of Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising. Some of these changes are very significant, and change your game plan a bit, while still keeping her core the same. Overall, the common consensus is that she got super buffed this patch, with all the helpful changes she got. This video is supplemental material to my previous Zeta guide, which I encourage you to watch if you haven't, and I'll link in the description. I won't be as in-depth as I was in the last video, as I won't be going over what has changed with Zeta, such as some new combos, pressure options, moves, and more. With that being said, let's get right into it. For starters, Zeta's super jump now has a new jump arc when running. She now jumps as high as normal jump but travels more forward. This allows her to more consistently safe jump from super far away, such as after 63U, two free 6U, or SSBA. As far as I could tell, it doesn't mess with any other setup too much, besides the manual timing pogo setups from Super Jump. 6H and 2M both come out faster. 6H comes out frame 17, allowing for new potential combo routes, or allowing it to intercept moves much quicker. 2M now comes out frame 8, allowing it to step out 6Ls a little more consistently, and is also her fastest poke, now besides Farlight. L Rhapsody's follow-ups have been buffed. Crimson Cleave, the L follow-up, has been made overall faster, safer, and more consistent in combos, which helps make Zeta combos a lot more consistent. This also applies to the H version as well. The real breadwinner follow-up now, however, is Rising Split DM version. It has been made overall faster, coming out frame 6, does more damage, and has different knockback for combos. The biggest change, in my opinion now, is now strike invulnerable for 8 frames when being used after armoring a foe's attack. This means it can now beat moves H Rhapsody or Hop can't beat, such as multi-hits. This gives it more of a niche as well as open a door for new combo routes, which we will go over later in this video. However, remember L Rhapsody comes out frame 3 instead of frame 1 like H Rhapsody does.
6-2 free U. This move got nerfed and is probably one of the bigger changes to Zeta's kit. 6-2 free U no longer can combo mid-screen, removing all of Zeta's mid-screen routing and her easy cash-out combos. At most, you'll only get hit by 2 free 6U to 6-2 free U mid-screen. However, to compensate, 6-2 free U does more damage on hit, and is a lot more consistent as a safe jump ender, due to where it sends, and makes routing into it so much easier, allowing you to combo into it in situations where 2-2U or 2 free 6U won't be able to combo. You can also use it to mix up your opponent trying to fuzzy block pogo, as 2 free 6U, 2-2U, and 6-2 free U all slightly change fuzzy block timings. The move is also safe on block, but really doesn't matter as it still loses to spawn dodge. All other Spear of Arbuses got super buffed this patch. The M version of 6-2 free EM is now faster, goes farther, and launches further. The biggest buff she got this patch, in my opinion, is Spear of Arvus now wall bounces if you input forward or up forward. This applies to every Spear of Arvus, including 22H and J22H. This is huge, as it allows Zeta to get optimal damage from full screen, mid-screen, and corner. You always want to do Spear of Arvus 9-6 for 6-3H, 2-2H, and J22H, to gain the most distance and wall bounce. This gives you optimal damage from even mid-screen for all. You have to do a weird timing though, so it's worth labbing out when you get the chance. If you're close enough, however, you're probably fine just going into 6-6 out of Spirit Harvest, as sometimes it's more consistent than 9-6, but doesn't gain as much distance. I recommend labbing out both, so it becomes basically muscle memory for determining which follow-up to do. Zeta Fireball now has less end lag, allowing it to be more likely to win Fireball Wars, be safer on block, and even making Zeta more plus during her Fireball Oki and meaties. 236M got a major buff, as now on counter hit, the opponent gets sent flying towards her, allowing her to follow up and get a combo off at mid-screen. This may seem like an okay buff, but this makes it ultra scary now in last hit situations, chip kills, or when the opponent is one hit away from dying against most characters. As even now, full screen Zeta can RPS in her favor thanks to counter hit 236M comboing the 236U. If the opponent blocks, they die to chip. If they roll or spot dodge 236M, they die to a mid-screen cash out combo. If they jump, they die to an anti-air. Overall, this buff gives Zeta a lot more of a full screen and mid-screen presence, especially since only a few characters can contest her zoning. (236H) also got buff as well, making it safer on block, comes out faster, and finally giving Zeta a plus on block H special that leaves her safe at -3, while also allowing you to frame trap with it. 2-2U got buff in range, making it less susceptible to dropping on combos and more likely to land on hit. Definitely proves its use as an anti-air, especially combined with the new Spirit Harvest buffs. Startup on 22X and J2X are now faster and range has been buffed. Her central game plan remains the same, but now landing a 6XL or auto combo almost anywhere on the screen pretty much guarantees a corner-to-corner combo or an optimal corner combo around mid-screen, even from a poke. Fireball gains more use now, especially since not a lot of characters can deal with it without meter, and are forced to roll, spot dodge, or jump. And you get a ton of reward from landing it now. When going for a combo mid-screen, you should almost always try to aim to get a wall bounce from either J22H, 22H, or 63H. However, be careful, as if you are too close, your combo is susceptible to dropping. When you have your opponent in the corner, 95% of your optimal routes remain the same as the previous video, as if you try to wall bounce with 22H and 63H too close to the corner, it just sometimes drops. Here are some new corner routing. The last specials can be interchanged, and you can also swap out the super with either ults or a meaty setup. This combo is counter hit only, but it's a really good corner swap. As I said before, many of Zeta's combos are the same from my previous video, but here are some examples of the type of distances you can get. Remember, 236M combos are counter hit only. If you haven't already, I encourage you again to watch my previous Zeta guide, as this video is more supplemental material compared to that one. I wanted to get this video out sooner, but I got super swamped by school. I plan on making more GBVSR content in the future though, now that my schedule has freed up again. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching and please consider subscribing.